Hey, 40 degrees and raining. Today we're going to look at the Spyderco Ambitious. This is my favorite little pocket knife. This guy I've had for about a year and I've loved every minute of it. It is dirty, it is used. This thing has been with me on every day-to-day thing. Why I like this knife. Small, fits right in your hand, just like that. Become a fan of small knives. I've had a lot of big knives. Now, I'm a fan of the small guy. Second point, this guy's 30 bucks. 30 bucks for an excellent little knife. Made by Spyderco. It's tight, it's strong, it's excellent. Holds an edge like you wouldn't believe. Can't say enough good things. So let's get to the details. This knife, I will cut in the specs later, but here's a good example of what's going on. This is not rust, this is just food crap and all sorts of other things. So you'll notice it's got Spyderco's cheaper pocket clip. I don't really mind that. The wire ones are better, but I have no big problem with this. This can be worn tip up here, also left-handed here. I keep it here. The main reason I carry this knife almost every time I think I'm gonna need a knife is interesting shape. It's higher up here, so you get a more rounded edge. So I hardly ever actually clip this to my belt. I just throw it in my pocket. If I'm using it a lot, put it in and out, throw it in my pocket, no big deal. The cool part about it is it's a rounded edge, so it sits in your pocket either like this, like this, like this, like this, no big deal. It's not gonna look like you have a boner sticking out like you have one of those big thin knives. So, you know, no one sees it. It's just this thing. It's not gonna mar up your keys or your cell phone. It's just there, sitting nicely, perfectly, doing whatever you do. Love it. So let's do some close-ups. This is a 8CR 13 MOV steel. You see the Spyderco right there. Sign. So this is actually a factory second, and you can see by the marring on the edge they did. It's from their sharpener, I'm sure. I actually paid more than I should have for this with this flaw, but that is one of those online things. Sometimes it gets screwed. That's the only problem with this knife. So I kept it, no big deal, whatever. I'm not a big looks guy, and this is a utility knife by far, so whatever. So you'll see nice tight tolerances, still no blade wiggle. You have a liner lock, you have a full steel body there, then you have the steel going in there, G10 handle. Love it, never had any problem. Excellent fit. I have pretty decently sized hands. And this thing you can bear down on. Me, I like to do detail work. Perfect fit, getting your thumb on there, getting there, putting the finger in, getting into things, whatever you have to do. Ah, excellent blade. Love this thing. Comes in, comes out, you know, Spyderco's with the spider hole, no big deal. Just love this. Still sharp, still can take the edge off of anything. I've actually never sharpened this, so, you know, excellent knife. 30 bucks, worth it. I'll cut more into this, maybe when I have a scale, tape measure, and I can get more into detail, but excellent outdoors, camp knife, anything you need, daily, everyday use knife, light, tough, you won't regret it. Big fan. Alright, so we're going to follow up with the Spyderco Ambitious, one of my favorite pocket knives. And I said earlier, this wasn't rust. It is. This thing has been so mistreated, even though it is stainless. I'm not going to be able to get that. There it is. 8CR 13 MOV. These things do rust if you don't take care of it, and I have not taken care of it. This will just buff out, no big deal. I'm still not worried about it. It won't take anything away from the knife since it served me so well on how bad I've treated it. So let's just do some specs really quick. So we'll go with the length. This is not the best way to do it, but let's see if we can do that this way. So roughly, is that 3 5/8? I'd go with that. Yeah, we'll go 5/8. Thickness, you're looking at about 3/8. And I know it doesn't show up with the black background in the G10, but there it is. Looking at a blade width almost 1/8. It's pretty close up here. That may be closer to 3 millimeters. Yeah, that looks like a better measurement. 3 millimeters. So that's pretty sweet. And again, I've had this. I don't really beat on my pocket knives because I don't know why you would, but still no blade play for all the times I've messed around with it. Let's weigh this sucker. Come on. 3 ounces even. Beautiful. And that's a lot of the G10 that has to do with it, plus, you know, of course, a lot of steel in there. So these are still about $30 online, even without the deformation that mine has on the blade, which is probably what most people want. So buy it from a reputable source. The big brothers to these are the Persistence and the Tenacious. I was actually looking at picking up a Tenacious. It looks like a pretty sweet bigger blade. And let me just take a look. The blade on this is going to be right around 2 5/8, almost 2.5. Yeah, we'll go with 2.5. So it is small, but it's great for me for everyday tasks. The bigger brother is a Persistence. It's got another 1/2 inch, I think, and another 1/2 inch on top of that is a Tenacious. If I remember right, it's around 3 inches, but you know, you're going to increase in weight and all that. Interesting, I saw there's a couple YouTube videos out there comparing the Tenacious and the Sage, which is the Tenacious you can get probably for about 10-20 more bucks than this, if even that. And the Sage, you're looking at a $110-$120 knife. And the differences are pretty slim. Higher quality steel on the Sage, of course, but if you're looking at the Persistence and the Tenacious, you're looking at this knife, just bigger dimensions. You'd be happy with all of them. I sure am. I'll probably pick up probably a Tenacious next, maybe in the Persistence in the future, who knows. It's a lot of knife for the money. So if you're looking for outdoors knife, daily use knife, love it. Love everything about it. Alright, later.